OLight Arkfeld is a radical departure in shape from the standard cylindrical tube of your typical EDC light. Today we're going to take a look at the new Arkfeld Pro on this episode of Moondog Reviews. Let's start by unboxing this thing, but don't worry, I'm not going to bore you with tedious unpacking footage. Instead, let's take a look at what you get in the box. You can see here the Arkfeld is pretty slim. It's less than 5 inches long. It is approximately about a half an inch thick, and it is only about an inch wide. It has a double bend clip here, so you can use it both to clip on into your pocket to keep it there, as well as the second bend so that you could clip this onto your hat brim. It has a magnetic tail end here, which you can use to connect this to your, say, the hood of the inside hood of your car to work on it. So this magnet is quite strong, and this is also how you charge the unit itself. There we go. Standard charging cable. I've got it plugged into USB here, but when you clip it on, it turns red, and when it's fully charged, you see it, well, for a second there it was green, but that tells you that it's fully charged when it turns green. The controls are very intuitive in terms of being able to select the different kinds of modes that you want. You have your UV, laser, and you have your standard white light here. And you can select which of those devices you want, or at least the light modes you want to turn on. And it is a single press to turn on, say, the UV light, or the laser, or the white light. Once you have it, a single press turns it on and also turns it off. Now there are other modes, and this is where it gets a little more complicated, not quite as intuitive. For example, if you want to turn it on, you select, say, the white light, quick tap, and it does have memory mode. And if you want to change the modes, you just press it down and it starts a cycle between the different modes. Now there's also a moonlight mode, so let me just turn that off. And then if you press it down, keep it pressed, you go into moonlight mode, which is its lowest power output in terms of the intensity of the luminosity, but it also gives you the longest runtime. And this is where it gets a little confusing, at least to me. To lock this out, you also press this for a long time, but supposedly if you keep it pressed and you keep it pressed beyond the moonlight mode, then it goes into lock mode, though I can't tell if it is in lock mode other than pressing it and see it's red, so that means it's locked. Okay. And there's also a strobe mode, so let me unlock this. So by keeping it pressed, okay, now it's in moonlight mode, but if I do a double tap, it goes into strobe. And if I do a triple tap, it goes into turbo mode. And in the stress of you need bright light, you're working on your car, your tire's gone out, you may accidentally turn it into strobe mode, trying to get into the high mode. I would have preferred if there was a different control scheme. So we're going to go into testing with this. First I'm going to fully recharge this, then we're going to test out the luminosity and see if it is close to the manufacturer's stated luminosity, and then we're also going to test its waterproof and runtime. Before we get into the test, I'd like to take a quick break here and talk about this episode's sponsor, Aura. You've seen the news with those massive security breaches at those big companies that have compromised mine and probably your data. And that's why it's important to have personal digital security. And that's why I use Aura. For the price of a typical VPN, not only am I getting VPN service, but I'm getting spam blockers, junk mail blockers. In fact, they're removing my name from those damn broker lists. And they offer a comprehensive suite of services, including fraud alerts, scam alerts, and credit monitoring. Try it out yourself for free. Go to aura.com/moondog and sign up for a 14-day free trial. No commitments. And you're helping support this channel. You know, identity fraud is a real thing, and with AI, it's all too easy to spoof your identity. That's why you should try out Aura. Alright, let's get back to the tests. Alright, we've fully recharged the unit, and we're going to see how long this lasts. I started the unit in high mode and got a total of 140 minutes of continuous runtime, which is quite respectable at 2.5 hours. I completely recharged the unit overnight before running my Lumen output test. Alright, we've had this running for over 30 seconds to warm it up, and let's put it on turbo mode and place it into our testing chamber and get a reading. So 432, and we're getting close to 1600 lumens, which, wow, that's actually way more than the stated lumens on the box here at 1300, so that's actually pretty good. This is on low, medium, and high. You can see that it has a very gradual hotspot into the spill, so it's very much a flood pattern. Alright, let's turn on the switch here and go into laser mode and UV. You can see the tree on the left at 10 feet away, and we can see the wall for the back at 50 feet away, and we can light up the hillside. But the telephone pole 120 feet back there isn't really getting much in terms of the throw here. It is very much a flood pattern. Alright, let's switch over to our laser designator. And that can easily reach out to the telephone pole there. And let's do the combo. The unit is drop rated for 1 meter onto a hard floor. I am dropping it from approximately 2 meters or 6 feet onto rocks and dirt and see if it will survive this double drop. And it did. The unit is IPX7 rated, which means it can survive a 1 meter deep immersion for 30 minutes. Well, I don't have a 1 meter deep pool, so instead I tested it using a high pressure hose to see if I could get any water in through gaps in the body, buttons, controls, or lens. After 30 seconds of spraying it, I tested the unit out, and it was still fully functional. And an hour later, looking at the lens, it was completely dry on the inside, so no water or moisture had gotten into the unit. Alright, before we start talking about the OLight Arkfeld, do me a favor and hit the like button right now. It just takes a second, and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell button if you're not subscribed to the channel already. It's free, they don't charge you to subscribe to YouTube channels. All you're doing is letting the algorithm know that you'd like to see more videos from my channel, especially when I post my next product review video, which could be a cool EDC light like this one. Okay, I'll be straight up and tell you that I really like this light. OLight did a great job. I think they hit a home run in designing the sort of innovative flat style of EDC light. And I do like the fact that it has a tail magnet that's built in and part of the recharging system. Now, that has its pluses and minuses as well. So you either love or hate OLight's proprietary charging system, but if you have other lights that use the same charging system, then you're in their ecosystem anyway. But yeah, it is proprietary. So, and the battery is not user replaceable. So there's that. But I really like their control scheme in terms of having the control wheel, that sort of function wheel. That is very intuitive. I like the fact that I can easily switch and clearly switch between the light, the laser, and the UV light and not have to futz with remembering how many button presses I need to do to change the modes on that. There is one thing I would say is a bit of a pet peeve of mine. It has a one-click activation, which is, you'd think, fine, great, very efficient. The problem is, because of its placement of the button, and if you're going to be carrying this in your pocket, I've had some occasions, not with this particular flashlight, but with other flashlights that have the same button on the surface of their design. I've leaned against a table or a wall and accidentally pressed the button and turned it on. And I didn't notice until, well, frankly, my butt got hot because the flashlight was on. So I don't know how long that was on, but let me know in the comments if you think that pet peeve is off base or not.
But I want to thank OLight for sending this out for me to test and evaluate. I really like their flashlight. And if you're interested in picking one up, I'll include product links as well as more information in my full written review at moondogindustries.com. Definitely check out that article and use the links to help support this channel. Thanks again for watching. You be safe out there. Moondog out.
Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.